In today's video, we get to see a pyramid, but not where you'd expect it to be, and a rather bloody sight. Rare organisms. Lake Vostok, one of the world's largest subglacial lakes, is deep, dark, and mysterious. Lake Vostok, a large surface lake in East Antarctica, is now covered by 4 kilometers of ice near Russia's Vostok Research Station. For millennia, the lake has been covered in ice, keeping it off from light and contact with the atmosphere, making it one of the world's most severe habitats. Lake Vostok is home to thousands of rare organisms despite its remote position and severe environment. They range from microscopic microorganisms to fungus and bacteria, making Lake Vostok an intriguing case study in how life thrives in difficult environments such as high pressure and high temperatures. More than 35 million years ago, Lake Vostok, located 800 miles south of the South Pole, was supposed to be open to the air and surrounded by a forested ecology. They assumed that life forms were transferred from the atmosphere into the lake until it was locked up by ice some 15 million years ago. The subterranean lake has expanded to 250 kilometers in length and 350 kilometers in width. It's estimated to be 344 meters deep. Icy finger of death. Nature's grace and wrath are found in equal measure in peculiar structures known as brinicles, or in a more evocative term, icy fingers of death. This may be observed in the planet's Arctic oceans. Because it occurs beneath floating sea ice, it's rarely photographed. Brinicles are ice-like structures that can reach all the way down to the ocean floor, freezing everyone in their paths, including starfish and sea urchins. According to Professor Andrew Thurber of Oregon State U, who has seen brinicles personally, they're upside-down cacti built from glass, like something from Dr. Seuss's imagination, as well as extremely delicate and can break with simply the slightest touch. This tiny ice finger can easily trap marine life as it descends to the ocean below, creating what scientists refer to as black pools of death. Now that's one thing I certainly wouldn't want to experience. Hidden world. The hidden ecosystem was discovered more than 1,600 feet beneath the surface. A never-before-seen ecology lives deep under Antarctica's frozen surface in an underground river. Researchers have dragged this hidden world into the light, exposing a dark and jagged tunnel populated with swarms of tiny shrimp-like organisms. The scientists discovered the hidden subterranean ecosystem beneath the Larsen ice shelf. Satellite images revealed an intriguing groove in the ice shelf near where it met the land, which researchers recognize as a subsurface river. To reach the underground chamber, the team excavated roughly 1,640 feet below the ice surface with a strong hot water pipe. When the researchers sent a camera down the freezing tunnel and into the cavern, the video feed was blocked by hundreds of tiny, fuzzy flecks in the water. Initially, the crew suspected that their equipment was defective. They discovered the lens was actually being besieged by small crustaceans. After refocusing the camera, they discovered these small crustaceans to be amphipods. This surprised the researchers because they hadn't expected to find any form of life this far beneath the frozen surface. The scientists aim to learn more about how the nutrients in the water are cycled through Antarctica's underground water network to support the amount of life that dwells there, as they continue to research the newfound subsurface ecosystem. Blood Falls. While Antarctica is known for its beautiful white snow cover, one region is notable for its blood-red color. This unusual phenomenon, known as the Blood Falls, was found by scientists in 1911 as a frozen cascade. Scientists had noted that a section of the cliff had been painted crimson red for an unknown reason. They then assumed that the discoloration of the water was caused by the presence of algae. The Blood Falls are notable not just for their remarkable color, but also for being the world's coldest glacier, with constantly flowing iron-filled water. The waterfall falls in the Taylor Glacier in Antarctica's McMurdo Dry Valleys, and it captured everyone's attention for its distinctive color until a few years ago. The Taylor Glacier managed to trap beneath it a small body of water that's also home to an ancient population of bacteria from about 2 million years ago. The imprisoned lake is highly saline and iron-rich, and when it combines with the oxygen outside, it gives the waterfall its distinctive red color. It's essentially the same phenomenon that gives iron its dark color when it rusts. Ross Ice Shelf. Up to 2 miles thick ice sheets covering practically the entire continent of Antarctica hold about 70% of the fresh water in the globe. The enormous ice sheets float out to sea as floating ice shelves and ice tongues, caving massive icebergs into the waters around Antarctica on a regular basis. The Ross Sea Ice Shelf is one of the largest ice shelves in the world. It's really the size of France, and the 200-foot-tall ice cliffs that span for 500 kilometers are merely the tip of the iceberg. The majority of the ice is submerged beneath the chilly black salt sea. Large tabular icebergs like those found in the Ross Sea are created by this ice shelf. Roald Amundsen was able to enter the shelf and make his way to the South Pole from the Bay of Whales on the shelf's eastern side. not far from Roosevelt Island, which was given that name by the American pilot Richard E. Byrd. This was named in 1934 in honor of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. On December 14, 1911, he eventually made it to the South Pole. Also, the Japanese adventurer Nobu Shirasai had his camp in this area at Cannon Bay in 1912. Pyramid. An Antarctic mountain with a peculiar pyramid-like shape has gone viral, with various theorists debating its origins. Some speculate that the rocky pyramidal structure was built by an ancient civilization, while others point to outer space and speculate about the involvement of aliens. Experts, on the other hand, point to a considerably more mundane cause. Experts believe the high pyramid-like walls are the result of hundreds of millions of years of erosion. The unnamed pyramidal mountain is one of the several peaks that comprise Antarctica's Ellsworth Mountains, which were found by American aviator Lincoln Ellsworth during a flight on November 23, 1935. The nameless mountain is located in the southern part of the Ellsworth Mountains, in an area famed for its exceptional fossils. This includes those of Cambrian period trilobites dating back more than 500 million years. Experts believe the pyramid-like shape was caused by freeze-thaw erosion. This happens throughout the day when snow or water fills fractures in a mountain. When it gets dark and the temperatures drop, the snow freezes and expands, becoming ice. The cracks widen as a result of the expanding ice. Striped icebergs. Icebergs are towering white hunks of snow-covered ice that are widespread in chilly waters. However, a journey to Antarctica would reveal that icebergs appear in a variety of colors and designs, even resembling striped candy. Icebergs come in a variety of colors, including green, blue, yellow, and black. The ice might have a sapphire-like sheen or be as cloudy as a frozen mud puddle. The color of an iceberg is determined by how it reacts with light. Icebergs, according to basic physics, should be blue. This is because pure ice or frozen water free of pollutants absorbs longer wavelengths of visible light, that being the yellows and the reds, then more effectively than shorter wavelengths, the indigos and blues. A thick slab of pure ice would filter out red light while reflecting blue light back towards human eyes, making the ice appear blue. The classic iceberg is white because it's typically covered in tightly packed snow, which causes a snow-covered chunk of ice seem to be bleached. Remove the snowy covering and the iceberg's actual color is revealed. Now it's time for the day's best pick. In today's photo is what seems to be a sort of unidentified flying object that crash-landed onto the ice. There's already been various conspiracy theories about UFOs being spotted in the Antarctic, and this is one of them. UFO? Using Google Earth, a popular YouTuber claims to have discovered proof of a UFO in Antarctica. Mr. MBB333, who has over 450,000 subscribers, posted a video of the weird thing, and it's been viewed hundreds of thousands of times since then. In the video, which has garnered attention in British tabloids, he claims there's a 60-foot wide disc that's jutting out of the Earth that was just uncovered by the melting snow and ice. The satellite image was captured 2 years ago, back in 2020. Despite the exaggerated reporting, the object appears to be a lake or a pond. Also in the video, Mr. MBB333 adjusts the color and contrast, saying that this brings out hidden features in the object. He discovered that the features lined up with a pattern in the image introduced by employing JPEG compression. This indicates that they probably don't exist in reality and are simply a result of Google Earth using lower quality photographs to make it quick to use. Some YouTube users figured it out and accused Mr. MBB333 of making fake claims for ad revenue on purpose. The majority of those who commented on the video, though, were convinced. Antarctica is losing ice, according to climate change. That's about the only thing that appears to be accurate in this report. Lava Lake. In a volcano on a distant subantarctic island in the South Atlantic Ocean, a massive lake of burning hot lava has been discovered. It's only the 8th molten rock lake to have been found on Earth, mind you. This unique lava lake was discovered on Saunders Island in the South Sandwich Islands, some 1,000 miles north of the eastern boundary of Antarctica's Weddell Sea. Looking at satellite photographs of the isolated island between 2003 and 2018, the researchers discovered that the snow-covered volcano of Mount Michael on Saunders Island, which is usually obscured by high clouds, conceals a lava lake between 300 and 700 feet in diameter within its crater. The molten rock in the lava lake is extremely hot, measuring between 1,812 and 2,334 degrees Fahrenheit. Saunders Island is part of a remote volcanic range known as the South Sandwich Islands, and they're recognized as British overseas territory along with the subantarctic island of South Georgia. The island and volcanic mountain were very difficult to visit, and learning more about this spectacular geological structure would have been exceedingly difficult without high-resolution satellite imagery. 7 additional lava lakes exist, and they're situated in volcanoes in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ethiopia, Vanuatu, Hawaii, and Nicaragua. Endurance. The wreck of Ernest Shackleton's Endurance ship has been discovered on the Antarctic seafloor by a team of experts. The thrilling finding made by the Endurance 22 expedition and reported by the Falklands Maritime Heritage Trust in March 2022 puts an end to a century-old maritime mystery. Scientists utilized submersibles to photograph and videotape the shipwreck, which is designated as a historic site and will be preserved. It's located 9,842 feet below the surface of the Weddell Sea, a region of the Southern Ocean east of the Antarctic Peninsula. Endurance was last seen in 1915 when Irish-British adventurer Shackleton and his 27 men stood helplessly by as the ship plummeted into the freezing depths. See you all next time!